Hey, we're back here at JC's Comics and More, your pop culture superstore. That's 6725 West Central Avenue, Toledo, Ohio, 43617 419 531 6097. But a pretty good size, pretty large Bronze Silver Age collection yesterday, and they're still doing some processing of this collection. In fact, this box here is my last box to separate for the collection, and then once go through this here, separate this box, and put the comics in their proper place, in the proper stacks. We got stacks of comics. We got some Tarzan stacks. You got Weird Mystery. You got a stack of miscellaneous comics. You got Black Magic. But over here, I've got lots of stuff broken down, whether it be World's Finest or Captain America, Submariner, Army at War, Marvel Team-Ups, Not Brand X. You got Astonishing Tales. You got some Kazars in here as well. Venture into Fear with Man-Thing. Jungle Action with the Black Panther. Bunch of miscellaneous comics there. Brave and the Bold. You've got Forbidden Tales of the Dark Mansion. You got Spoof. Marvel did a book called Spoof back in the 70s that didn't last very long. Some funny stuff, but it just did not last very long. You got some Adams, you got Hawkman, you got the Demon, you got the Kirby, all this Kirby stuff, Strange Adventures, a bunch of monster magazines from Marvel, and you got some Carlton comics. That's a big miscellaneous stack that still needs to be broken down. You got the Spider-Man stacks. As I separate them into their separate stacks, and then I'm going to have to separate, of course, put the books in their proper order. So lots of work to be done. First is separating the comics in their stacks, and then alphabetizing the comics. Then once the comics are alphabetized, then I have to go through and check the comics out to make sure that if the Marvel comics are from the period of the 70s, that the Marvel value stamp is in there. Make sure that coupons aren't cut out. Then I've got to bag these comics up, and then once they get bagged up, they get priced up. So it's a very long process to get these comics all ready to sell. Now, if somebody comes in and say they're interested in this Marvel Spotlight with Werewolf by Night, I can certainly price and give them a price for that. But just lots and lots of work. Buying a collection. Buy a collection, you've got to invest lots of time into it. Again, got these great old comics here, these old monster comics. Look at the reds just pop. These colors just pop off of these books, unlike so many comics today, which is too bad. Look at that. The blues and the yellows and the reds just pop. There you go. You get that the yellow and the red. Just amazing. You got these Lois Lanes that need to be processed. You got Werewolf by Nights. Luke Cage, Hero for Hire. You got some Swamp Things. Let's look at some of these Luke Cages. Again, we'll talk about just how that red and that yellow just pops. There you go. Those logos just pop. Then you got Power Man. That's the first issue of Luke Cage, Power Man. And just got this yellow, red, and this blue just pops right off of the cover. Got this Billy Graham cover. Merry Christmas, world, and goodbye. Sweet Christmas. Should be a number one in here at some point. We've got the number one. Got the John Romita cover. The number two, the John Romita cover. So it's going to be a little while to get these books processed. Got some Wonder Womans, great Wonder Woman cover, and got that cover there, Bondage cover, and you have to wonder what goes on past the page. If this cover was just about 2 inches longer, what would we be seeing down there? Catwoman, she fought Catwoman a couple of different times. You got a bondage cover there. Another bondage cover with the cheetah. Special issues. Another big stack of miscellaneous comics that I'm going to have to go through and break down farther. But the stacks, most of the stacks are stacks that are of main titles. These are just very small miscellaneous stacks that need to be broken down a little bit farther. As I go through, I try to get as many comics together as possible, make stuff a little bit easier for me. A Titan. This is again just amazing. Old monster books from Marvel. Yeah, certainly nothing like that on the market these days. Those out there that like and read these books, they know exactly, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Of course, there's lots of coverless comics too, so I'll have to decide what will happen with those coverless comics. You got Weird War, you've got Captain Marvel, you've got some of these Green Lanterns here, Jack Sparling cover, you got the Gil Kane cover, you got the first appearance of John Stewart, the Neil Adams, you got the Jesus cover, one of the drug issues, you got, My Ward is a junkie cover, DC attacks youth's greatest problems, drugs. Another Gil Kane cover, more Neil Adams, you got the first appearance of Guy Gardner. Some more Gil Kane, some more the Neil Adams. Unfortunately, the all-important first issue by Denny O'Neil, Neil Adams, and Dick Giordano is not in there. Got a Jim Steranko X-Men cover, a few X-Men there. Nothing too important. Some important issues of Flash. You've got Amazing Adventures with War of the Worlds, and you've got the Inhumans. Again, there's a Neil Adams cover. You got a John Buscema cover. Lots of the War of the Worlds. You got the Beast. Unfortunately, no first appearance of the Gray Beast is not in this stack. It's not in these comics. Iron Man's no Iron Man 55s. Huge stack of Avengers. The Spider-Mans, of course. Lots of great Steve Ditko Spider-Mans. That's John Romita. There you got Steve Ditko. Unfortunately, a lot of these Spider-Mans are water damaged. Very cheap comics. So you want cheap reader comics, here you go. First appearance of Gwen Stacy. First appearance of Harry Osborn, Professor Warren. You've got a nice clean copy of Amazing Spider-Man 122 here. First man, Mountain Marco. Got to get them out of these bags. At one point, comic bags were not very widespread, so people would take produce bags and then use produce bags to bag up their comics. So these are all going to have to be gone through yet. But some of the drug issues for Marvel that were not approved by the Comics Code are in there. Spidey Goes Mad. There you got the second, I think it's the third appearance of Kraven the Hunter. Got the Molten Man. Giant Size Spidey. You got another Kraven appearance. Got a really just beat the hell copy of number 21. J. Jonah. The first appearance of Mary Jane Watson, even though you don't see Mary Jane Watson here. Water damaged copy, very water damaged. It's fine. MJ, where's she at? She's in here someplace. Oh, there she is. There's Mary Jane. Can't you recognize her? We get the Man Wolf appearance. Very clean copy of Amazing 113. Got a bunch of Batman comics as well. First appearance of the Man Wolf. Conans. There's a Conan 1 in there. Early Conan appearances. The first appearance of Red Sonja is in there as well. Great Superman issues. So lots of work still to be done with this collection. The first step is separating everything into its individual piles as I'm doing, and then you got to alphabetize every pile. Metal Men issues. You've got Marvel 2-in-1. No Marvel 2-in-1 #1 though. Great Teen Titans issues, including that classic Nick Cardy cover of Fantastic Fours. Unfortunately, no real key issues of Fantastic Four. The number 52, the first Black Panther, already sold yesterday. No 112. There is a 100 in here. No 48, 49, or 50 though. Plop. Gotta love the plops. Basil Worthington. This stuff is just the humor. You got Sergio Aragonis. There's a Basil original strip. Bernie Wrightson did some work in these. Just lots of great artists. So that stack needs to be gone through. Strange Adventures. You got Dead Man. You got some of the Adam Strange reprints that are in here. Hulk. Lots of good comics. Lots of work ahead of me yet. But certainly, if you like this, like these videos, subscribe. And when you subscribe, be sure to smash that bell for notifications. There's a John Romita cover.